Good evening. This is a regular scheduled meeting of the Finance and Personnel Committee for Tuesday, June 10th. All members of our committee are present. First item, public comment. Any public comment? Any public comment? Any public comment? Next item, discussion and consideration of approving Class A, Class B, and Class C fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor licenses for the period July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Shanna?
Yep, so this is just the yearly renewal of everybody. So we have everybody's paperwork. They've all gone through and paid, and they've gone through the police department background checks. There is one that we're waiting on, and that's Pearl of Canton. They haven't turned their stuff in yet, so that's just something to note. And we do have one new one. Destroying Boards LLC is going to be taking over the Hartford Hatchet House. So that's a change. Other than that, it's pretty cut and dry.
Okay. Is Pearl of Canton presently open or closed?
They're not currently open right now.
Okay.
So that's why I'm kind of holding it out there, because she's still got time to turn it in before we have it. This gets approved fully at the next common council meeting, so.
Okay.
And
Any
because it's not a liquor license, it's just a beer and wine.
Right.
It's easy for her to just renew at any point. If she wouldn't renew it now, she could just get a new one later, and we wouldn't have an issue.
Any questions or comments?
No.
No. If not, I will look for a motion. Tina? And Tony? Motion's made and seconded to approve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, discussion and consideration approving cigarette, tobacco, and vaping products and weights and measures license for the period July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Shanna?
Yep, so this is the same thing. We pretty much have everybody's turned in their licenses and paid. We were informed that Bank Shot no longer wants a cigarette, tobacco, and vaping products license.
Where's this?
The Bank Shot was
Oh, the
selling.
Bank Shot, okay.
Yeah, so they're going to be removed from the listing. And then we're still waiting on AutoZone and Denko Laundry for the weights and measures. Otherwise, we have everybody else, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Questions or comments?
No?
If not, we'll look for a motion on this. Justin? And a second by Tina. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, discussion and consideration approving the requested changes to the employee handbook with all but item number 2 starting immediately, while item number 2 will start January 1st, 2026. Steve?
On a routine basis, we'll take a look at the employee handbook and determine if there's anything that's outdated or is requested to be changed. So there are 4 things that we are presenting tonight for a change to the employee handbook. Again, most of you have not seen any changes to the employee handbook. The handbook is available online. But these 4 items we call out. On page 23, you have a red line version. We're requesting a change to the handbook, allowing employees who are called in during a holiday due to an emergency, weather emergency or whatever it would be. Again, these are individuals who were not previously scheduled to work on that holiday. They get paid double time. Now, this is versus the 1.5 times that we currently do. This is consistent with what we used to do when we had when all of our employees were involved in a union. Page 31 and 32, we recognize the importance of general health of all of our regular employees, including part-time employees. We found out that our rec center employees were all part-time, or all of our part-time rec center employees were offered a free membership to rec. We were asked by staff if we consider offering it to other permanent part-time employees. This would affect 26 regular part-time employees, most of those being in the fire department and some of them being in the library. The next item was, and again, what we'd be offering is a half-price membership to the rec for all of our part-time regular employees. Pages 38 and 39, a new security policy that anyone requesting to go behind the normal service desk would need to be signed in from somebody that can verify their identity, and they will be wearing a visitor badge. So again, nobody can just come in and say, oh yeah, I'm here for the computers, get the key to get into the computer room, and then all of a sudden, have a small problem. Page 44, item not spelled out in the handbook, but should have been. Most of the departments have a policy regarding their protective gear and/or clothing allowances. We found out that not everybody had a policy, and not all departments had a policy. And so a department head had thought that it was unlimited. And so we had to correct that very quickly and make sure that we put it in the handbook so it doesn't happen again. In the fiscal impact of the city, again, item number 1, if everybody was called in that would be impacted by this, our costs on an annual basis would be about $5,000. Item number 2, the half price. If everybody signed up for the half price membership, the cost to the city would be about $2,700, and there is no financial impact on the other 2 items. Any questions?
No. It's pretty cut and dry.
I think we all read it through pretty thoroughly. Justin?
Of course, I'm going to be a lawyer here for a second. On the first holiday payment one, it says, in the event an employee is called in for weather or any other unpredicted emergencies during a holiday or an observed holiday, like theoretically you could read that to mean that if somebody was just called in for weather, they would meet this requirement the way the sentence is structured. Like the way it should be written is like, in the event an employee is called in during a holiday or an observed holiday for weather or any other thing, so that the predicate is that it has to be a holiday first before the other things. Otherwise, like theoretically, if I got called in for weather on any day, I could ask
true,
for
yeah.
double time pay.
Yeah, it has to be a holiday.
I would just
I can
switch
make
them.
that change.
I would just switch them around, so it's holiday
makes sense.
first and then the stuff.
Good point.
Is that or?
That was a good eye.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
Or
Yep.
might be doing a lot of work there.
right.
Oh, you got that, okay.
Any other questions or comments for Steve? If not, we'll look for a motion with that correction.
Yeah, I'll make the motion
Yep.
for this to go through with the correction in the item, is that item 2 or item 1?
I think it's
Item 1.
Yeah.
Item 1.
Change 1.
Okay. Is there a second on that motion? Justin? Okay, any further discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Item 7, discussion and consideration of denying the property damage claim in the amount of $5,584.15 submitted by Hanover Insurance. Steve?
Yeah, so like, we see this throughout the year. We just had another one, a much bigger one last week. Again, a situation where the insurance company of a resident is requesting our insurance to pay a claim on a water damage to a basement. The situation in question was not something that could have been expected by the use of what our staff did in this situation. You can read the remainder of their email to us, what took place. But again, it was in a situation in which sometimes you're working on something, and because that pipe or that situation, that water system had not been used in a long time, and then you disrupt it, you slam it open, slam it shut, that kind of thing. You move the pipes around a little bit. Everything was fine when he left, but again, somewhere in the pipes, again, just having that turned off and turned back on showed a weakness in their system. It was not something that the city was at fault for, and so thus the reason that CIVMIC is requesting that you deny the claim.
Hanover Insurance is the homeowner's insurance company?
That's correct.
Questions, comments? If not, we'll look for a motion on denying the claim.
Our
Tina?
motion. Yep, to deny the claim.
And Tony, any further discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion which denies the property damage, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Final item, discussion and consideration of moving the camera software upgrade from the 2026 CIP budget to the 2025 CIP budget.
So we have a new IT person, as you're very familiar with. Tiffany has been working on quite a few different things in which were meant for being done in 25 through 29 CIP. One of the items in which she's been recently working on is the surveillance cameras. It was scheduled in 2026 to use funds that were left over in their fund balance for that department alone. And that was going to be scheduled to be done in 2026. Jack had originally scheduled it to be done then because he thought that's when he'd have time to be able to update that. Tiffany believes she's able to do it in 2025. And with the fear of tariffs being addressed in this situation, she is looking at possibly getting it done in 2025. There is no real fiscal impact in the city because, again, it was money that was in their savings account. And it actually may have a positive impact on us if, again, we hold off and wait. Again, you never know what the tariffs will do to that price. So, again, this item was originally budgeted for $100,000 in your 2025-2029 CIP budget. It is coming in $30,000 less than that, just under $30,000 at $70,166.83. And so the request by the staff is to allow her to move this up into 2025 and fix this situation this year yet.
Questions, comments on this item?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yep, I think so. $30,000 savings and move it up a year and make sure we can get it. I guess that's the key
Yeah.
thing, make sure we can get it.
Exactly.
Also, logging into 4 different platforms seems ridiculous,
Yeah.
honestly.
I mean, you're looking at a house that was built and then you add it on and you add it on and you add it on, right? So this is a situation where, again, we're just trying to clean that all up.
Well, yeah, and then there's the security of each one of those, which may be different based on the provider, so, okay.
All right, any
looks
questions,
good.
further questions? If not, I'll look for a motion on this.
Motion to approve?
Justin, is there a second by Tony? Any further questions? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, I need a motion to adjourn from
Motion
Tina
to adjourn.
and Justin. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned.